It's time to dive beneath the surface and into the minds and hearts of your favorite celebrities and pop culture icons. Welcome to Up and Adam.
Hey guys, what's up? You're watching Up and Adam. My name's Adam Knoll. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm the guy bringing you guys all the weekly interviews and recaps from your favorite celebrities and pop culture influencers. But for those of you who do know me, you know that that's not why we're always here, right? Guys, if you haven't already, go ahead and smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. And with that, let's jump right in. Okay, guys, so we're back to talk about Vanderpump Rules Season 9 because Lala Cant is once again sharing what's going on. Now, she's talked about Season 8 and how she was very uninterested that past season, and she tells us exactly why. She also talks about fears of a canceled Vanderpump Rules and if her baby and Sheena Shea's baby are actually allowed to be filmed. Now, she shares all of that in a podcast. I'm going to start, though, with why she was uninterested in Season 8. She explains that she wasn't into the fact that there were all of these new cast members. She wasn't invested in them. She was like, wait a minute, who is this person? And so is dating who? She didn't want to see that. And to be honest with you, a lot of fans responded the same way. Some fans on the other side were excited to see some newbies, and other fans were like, no, we want to know what's going on with Jax. We want to know what's going on with Stassi. We want to see that side of it. Well, Lala Cant felt the exact same way. She didn't understand why all of these new people were brought onto the show. And I think it was to make it current and kind of spice it up a little bit, but they did add a lot of people. Dana Cathan was new. Brett Caprioni was new. Max Boyens was new. Charlie Burnett was new. Who else? Danica Dow, she was new. That's 5 cast members, unless I'm missing somebody, but there were a few newbies, and Randall Emmett was filming. So that's a lot of new faces that we had to get to learn. However, that's not the case for Season 9. Of course, we know that Brett Caprioni, Max Boyens, they were both fired from the show for tweets that resurfaced that were indefinitely, they definitely were in poor taste, but it wasn't just them fired. We know that Stassi Schroeder was fired and Jax Taylor, which means Bo Clark is gone by default. And so is Brittany Cartwright. So there were a lot of people who were taken out of the show. Now, as for Season 9, Lala Cant said that she even questioned, with all of these people gone, do we have the capability of still making a good show? But after they started filming, she said, oh, yes, we still have it. We have the ability to make a great show. She did tease that there is one new official cast member. However, there isn't just the one new cast member. There are 2 friends of the show who are going to have reduced roles. So we will still be getting a few new faces, but apparently it's going back to the roots of Vanderpump Rules. She pointed out that she wanted to know what's going on with Jax Taylor and Tom Sandoval. How are the Witches of WeHo doing? What's happening with all of these people? And now we're getting to see, well, except for Jax Taylor, exactly what is happening. We get to see all of the cast members navigating life after the pandemic, what that looks like, and how it's going to be filmed, especially with the restrictions on the restaurants that are still in place in the state of California. Now, when she was asked about her baby and whether or not her baby can be filmed or Sheena Shea's baby can be filmed, the state of California has very strict laws saying that the babies can only be filmed for about 20 minutes. So when they're filmed for that 20 minutes, there needs to be a nurse and or a teacher on site on location. And after that 20 minutes, nope, they're done. The baby can no longer be on camera. So if you guys were expecting to see a Vanderpump Rules Babies edition, that's not what we're going to get. We're going to get more of Sheena and Lala talking about what it's like to be new mommies, but not as much of Summer Moon or Ocean, Kent, Emmett. She also pointed out that they were just as much in the dark as anyone else when it came to wondering as to whether or not Vanderpump Rules Season 9 would be picked up. Everyone thought it was going to be canceled, especially after the firing of 8 cast members, but that's not the case. They found out about 1 day before the information was released to the public, and she was excited. Again, she was questioning, can we still make a show with all of these people being gone? But she says it's going to be a great show, so we're going to have to take her word for it. Now, the show started filming at the beginning of May, but it's going to continue, they believe, through the end of July, August, maybe even a few pickup shots in September, which means we'll probably get the show back in November or December, which allows them enough time to play it December, January, February, maybe even March, and then they'll start filming again in May. That's how this works. And if they get picked up for a season 10, unless they get canceled because the show is not what everyone thought after losing some of the key players. Again, Jax Taylor, Stassi Schroeder, Kristen Doty. People aren't as worried about the newbies being gone because they weren't as invested. But now we've even heard Dana Cathan is not on the show anymore. I've actually spoke with Dana. Dana's a friend of mine, and she even came on and wished me, congratulations for my 1 year on YouTube. When I worked with Dana, I thought she was absolutely great. And on the show, I thought she did the job. I thought she did the damn thing. She was, put in the position to have tough conversations, especially regarding the passing of her mother. Sheena Shea tried showing up with a psychic so she can talk with her mother. That didn't go over well. And she was navigating her sort of love triangle between Max Boyens and Brett Caprioni. Well, Dana was asked to come back to the show. However, when she was asked, she was like, listen, I'm going to need this, this, and this in order to come back and really financially get back on my feet after the pandemic. And that wasn't an answer that they were prepared to give her in the timeline that she was requesting. So for that, they were just like, okay, well, if you're going to move forward in a different direction, then so be it. You do you, which I'm kind of questioning because the cast members at this point, it took them about 7-8 seasons to build their wealth, but they were buying $2 million homes. I mean, Kristen Doty only bought a $750,000 home, but it's still $750,000 home that's probably now worth $1 million. So they're buying these homes. And, with that, it just shows how much money these people are actually making. Now, I think for Vanderpump Rules, there's a job to be done here because we have to see the cast members evolve. We can't see Lala Cant knowing that she's just had a baby with a movie producer, director, whatever he is, and living in this $1 million Bel Air home and then going to SUR to host. That doesn't make sense. We can't see Ariana Madix going behind the bar at SUR knowing she's living in a $2.4 million home. Again, it does not make sense. So at this point, the production has a job to do in really showing how their stories have evolved and how they're somewhat now celebrities in their own right. Technically Bravo celebrities, but they still are well known. When they go places, people know who they are. They come up to them. They're treated as if they're an actress or a pop singer. I mean, it might not be to that extent, but people are still definitely recognizing them, and their bank accounts are booming at this point. Lala Kent was also asked if she still takes the bottle and, sucks on it when she's, sharing or giving a bottle to her daughter, Ocean. And she said, no. When I was, using the bottle, it was to help my anxiety because I was put in a lot of situations where I was drinking, I wasn't sober, and I had a lot of anxiety build up. So I would sit there and suck on the baba to kind of reduce that anxiety. As of now, she no longer needs the bottle. So congratulations. Good for you, Lala Kent. And they asked her, do you share a bottle with your daughter? She said, no. At this point, she wants the baby to get as much of the milk as possible, get those nutrients. And she said her milk is like liquid gold. So no, she makes sure that Ocean gets all of the milk and she does not share a bottle with her. She no longer needs it as she is sober. So there's not as much anxiety going on in her life. It's very interesting to me because a lot of people think it's not as interesting to watch some of these cast members, whether it's on the Housewives or Vanderpump Rules, any of them when they're navigating sobriety, because they think that they don't offer as much to the show. However, I feel like Lala Kent has done a very good job still being herself, still kind of getting in there, having these tough conversations and popping off even when she's not sober. So I don't necessarily think she's one of those cast members that people are referring to. I think Leah McSweeney might be one of them. We saw her throwing tiki torches and hanging from curtains, screaming at people. And they tried getting her fired from the show because of her actions and reactions on the show. The cast members were not happy with her. But now this season, she's a sober Leah and she's popping off, but it seems like maybe it's unwarranted. And people are like, wait a minute, this isn't working. Get her off the show. Oh, it's like damned if you do, damned if you don't at this point. However, I don't want to just put words out there. I want to know what you guys think. Are you guys interested in season 9 of Vanderpump Rules? Do you think Lala is just teasing that it's going to be a great show because that's her job to do? Or do you think it will actually be a great season? She said that there are some tough conversations and some dynamics that have definitely changed, but are we still interested after them having a 1-year hiatus due to the pandemic? Guys, so many questions to which I need so many answers. So if you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button, comment below and answer the questions. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell because you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. And with that, we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Thanks for watching Up and Adam.